Did you know you don't need a computer science degree to become a software engineer? By now, I have 100 plus examples around me of people that are not CS background and are landing into high paying and lucrative jobs. One friend transitioned from being a chartered accountant to being a Microsoft developer by completing bootcamp. And a very close friend who was in merchant navy and did not have any coding background landed job at Google as a top coder. But how did they do it? Call it a mix of right intent, solid approach, and ample dedication. I believe if you really wish to upskill and upgrade yourself, you can as well. Even if coding does not interest you right now, I guarantee you at the end of the video you will start coding in your free time. And who knows, you could be the next person creating cool products at a leading tech company. I will share with you how these people could become successful coders and get high paying jobs. This will not just save you hundreds of hours and thousands of bucks trying to learn coding, but it will also help you go from zero to a successful path of coding. For context, I'm Anshul, an IIT Delhi and IIM Bangalore graduate. With 10 years of experience in non-coding fields, I started my coding journey last year, and today I have a very lucrative job offer as a coder from an AI first company. I can safely attribute myself to be a sought after coder. Let's kickstart your coding journey starting now. I will break down this journey into 3 steps. Towards the end of the video, I will also provide a key message which will not just help you acquire the job but also sustain it. So watch till the very end. Step 1. Choose a language. Alright, first things first, let's pick a good programming language. But where do I start from? There are tons of options out there. Java, C++, jQuery, Ruby on Rails, PHP, and the list goes on. Here is a comparative between top coding languages across several parameters such as ease of learning, security, scalability, and much more. Here's the catch. If you start learning any of these languages, you can forget about your journey on coding. It is one of the top reasons why people leave coding early in their journey, simply because the language they pick is too complex to learn and they feel they are not meant for coding. So which language is the best? My recommendation, Python. Hands down. Why Python? Simply because of these 3 reasons. Number 1, it is the language of the people. When we say language of the people, it is something that comes naturally to you. Python is a language which can help you remember the coding easily and think in a manner as if it is native to you. Now I use the word native. Imagine you're from north of India and you're very fluent in English, but the language that comes naturally to you is Hindi, right? Perhaps any other regional language from the north of India. My point is that you can easily think and talk at the same time pretty easily in these languages. It feels natural to you. In a similar way, Python stands completely apart from other languages. It just clicks. Number 2, it has the easiest syntax, like foolproof. Unlike Java and many other languages where you're just drowning yourself into semicolons and brackets, Python keeps it clean and simple, no unnecessary drama. Number 3, it's everywhere. Python is one of the most omnipresent and most versatile languages out there. It can literally create anything. Web development, AI applications, data analysis tools, softwares, you name it. Big companies like Google and Netflix, yeah, they are using Python too. Python is the backbone of several popular applications and platforms such as YouTube for video streaming, Dropbox for file sharing, Reddit for social aggregation, Uber for route optimization, Airbnb for dynamic pricing, Google for AI and search algorithms, Blender for 3D modeling, Autodesk Maya for animation, and Pandas for data analysis, alongside industrial automation systems and IoT solutions. To give an example, here is a comparative of 2 codes. One is made in Java, another is made in Python. Both are meant for same end application. Now that we know Python is the GOAT of all languages, how do we learn it? How much time will it require? When can I start building applications? Let's dive in. Step 2. Learning the language. So how do we learn Python or any coding languages? You already know the right answer. Yes, by coding. Not by reading, not by watching videos, not by listening to courses. Simply by sitting on your computer and typing in those first few lines of code. But where to even start? I suggest a couple of good resources to start off with. freecodingcamp.com or codeacademy.com. Just search Python or Python for beginners at either of these websites and explore the various Python courses that come up. I would recommend to start with Learning Python Full Course for Beginners. I will also add the link of the course in the description below. Alternatively, you can go to a website called learnpython.org. You can explore the step-by-step Python tutorials from basic to advanced. Ensure that you complete at least one of this before moving on to another website or a course. Once the coding and the course is complete, the next step is to build projects. Projects are nothing but real-life applications using coding languages that have some value. Example, calculator, alarm clock, medicine dose measurement, web crawler, and so on. One can practice many projects on various open sources such as CodeMentor.io, geeksforgeeks.com, DataQuest.io, freecodecamp.org, and the odinproject.com. How does building a project help you? First is the application mindset. See, this is the exact thing that we used to joke about in our schools. While in our classes we were taught the basic algebra, a plus b whole square, the examination used to look quite different. This is similar to that. While the Python course can teach you many methods and techniques, the true test of your learning is when you are applying it to a real life problem. And that can help you think deeply and become better. So try and solve as many projects and problems as you can. And number 2 is bragging rights for life. Whether on your online profile or resume or during an interview, you can officially call yourself to be a coder and mention a project on GitHub, website, or any other place. This gives credibility to you and people understand that you are a coding expert. Step 3. Cracking the coding interviews. Now you've learned the coding language and built many projects. But without understanding the last leg of the journey, your entire effort is wasted. That is, the coding interviews. Coding interviews are considered to be extremely confusing, only if you don't know the language well enough. Companies like FAANG love to give complex coding problems to the interviewing candidates. Even startups today need a solid software developer, and they test it out through hackathons or coding interviews. So here is an easy path to clearing these interviews. Personally, I prefer a website called coderbyte.com, which offers coding challenges, algorithm tutorials, interview prep materials, mock rounds, skill assessments, and solutions to help build confidence for technical interviews. Simply log in and select the type of practice you wish to pursue. Additionally, one of the key things to study is DSA, or data structures and algorithms. DSA is the fundamental backbone to create any algorithm that solves the real life problem in the most optimized way. Websites like freecodecamp.com offer interactive tutorials with community support and certifications. Alternatively, Google also offers this course for free for anybody to learn DSA in any language of their choice. Another great and popular source to learn all of these is leetcode.com. Leetcode.com is considered to be the mecca for coding interviews because of its vast repository of coding problems and resources, with key focus on diverse problems, real-world relevance, and communities. As of 2024, there are about 3,300 plus applications on LeetCode, divided in terms of their difficulty levels. 25% are easy, 50% are considered to be medium, and 25% considered to be hard difficult ones. The best way to start is pick the easy ones and try to achieve a desired time. Then you move on to the medium ones and do the same. Only once you are able to reach the hard problems with some level of confidence can you think yourself to be ready for the coding interviews. Now that we have seen the 3 steps to learn the coding and seen all the resources, we may still not be able to get a job. Most people, after coming this far, fail in coding interviews. Why so? There are 2 main reasons for that. Number 1, consistent practice. It is critical that you set aside a priority schedule to practice your codes and practice for your interviews on a daily basis. Think of it as a mandatory exercise like eating or sleeping. This is where when the problems don't get cracked or they become too boring or monotonous, too many of the candidates drop out. The drop ratio is almost 45%. But remember, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So make sure you stay patient and at it. For other aspects regarding clearing an interview, I've made a separate video to crack any interview. I will add the link in the description. Do consider watching. Now with the above done, are you good to live a happily ever after? The answer is no. But why? Because now you have entered a space where everyone around you is a coder. Well, managing your job isn't just about writing codes or projects or cracking an interview. It's about constantly honing your skills in a competitive environment. So I would recommend the following. Number 1, embrace lifelong learning. Technology evolves rapidly, and staying relevant means constantly learning and honing your skills in a tech competitive environment. Staying abreast about the latest trends and learning the new tools and frameworks can really guide you through this. But you must understand that without knowledge of coding, you will not be able to understand these new changes and trends. So dedicate time every day to keep learning something new, whether a new tool, a software, a code, or anything. Taking part in online courses, webinars, coding communities can be of great help. Number 2, master soft skills. Coding is just one part of the job. To stand out, focus on improving soft skills such as communication, teamwork, collaboration, and problem solving. Being able to communicate and articulate your ideas very clearly, effectively, and being able to collaborate and face any challenges will enable you to stand out in a competitive environment. Number 3, build a strong network. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who inspire you and challenge you. Attend meetups, participate in hackathons, and engage in online forums. Networking can open doors to many mentorship opportunities, collaborations, and maybe your next big career move. Number 4, focus on personal projects. Don't limit yourselves to only office tasks. Work on any side projects that excite you, contribute to open source communities, or build something just for fun. These things not only sharpen your skills, but also show your passion and interest to anybody who is a potential recruiter. By integrating these practices, you can stay ahead of the curve and ensure a fulfilling and dynamic career in tech. Finally, for your resume, if you want to know how AI tools and ATS can help you build an awesome resume which can get you a shortlist in the coding interviews, check out my video. Thanks for watching. I wish you a happy coding journey. Until next time.